Hello and welcome. I'm Deborah Byrd. Today we're diving into one of the night sky's most magical and mysterious light shows. It's the Zodiacal light, and the best time to see it is in the coming months in the early evening, or if you're in the southern hemisphere, before dawn. It looks like a hazy cone of light extending up from the horizon. And I'm going to show you some photos of the light taken by the EarthSky community. And I've also got tips on how you can see it in the sky. Just know that the word zodiacal stems from the word zodiac. Plus, this week, I spoke to scientists about the origin of the zodiacal light. Okay, let's go. EarthSky community member Jose Palma caught this 2024 image of the zodiacal light from Portugal. See the faint, hazy cone of light in the middle of this image? So you might see it like this, faint and diffuse, but there in the west, beginning about an hour after sunset, when all traces of twilight have left the evening sky. Or if your sky conditions are good and you're in the right place on Earth, you might see it brighter, as in this 2023 image by Michael Flynn in California. And this is how we often see it in dark skies where I am in Texas. The closer you get to Earth's equator, the brighter and more obvious the zodiacal light. So I've often seen it at this time of year as a big pyramid of light stretching up from the western horizon. And no matter where you are on Earth, it's most visible in your sky on spring evenings or in your sky on autumn mornings. So again, if you're in the southern hemisphere in the coming months, watch for the zodiacal light in a dark eastern sky before dawn begins. Hey, Julie, saw it once. Okay, good. I hope you see it again. Carolyn Haldeman caught the light in 2021 from Flagstaff, Arizona. The zodiacal light is on the left here. And notice that it's about the same brightness, but softer and more diffuse than the starry band on the right, which is the edgewise view into our own galaxy, the Milky Way. And here's one more, comparing the zodiacal light to the band of the Milky Way. You can see them together at this time of year. Jeff Burks caught this image in Death Valley in 2018. And I also want to show you this chart. This is the early evening sky that you'll see right now, mid to late February 2026. The green line across this chart is the path of the planets, sun and moon. It's the pathway of the zodiac, or what we in astronomy call the ecliptic. It's the edgewise view into our own solar system. And remember, most things in our solar system orbit the sun in a flat plane. And notice that this month, you can see bright planets along this line. Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, and Venus are all visible to the eye now. The zodiacal light also follows this path. So if you're in the northern hemisphere and you're looking west after the end of evening twilight for the zodiacal light, look for these planets too. And just a word about timing. Venus is the brightest planet, but it's really close to the sunset. It is visible with the eye alone. I saw it last weekend from New Mexico. And Mercury and Saturn are not as bright, but they're also in the west. They're a bit higher in the sky. So tonight and tomorrow, February 18th and 19th, are a great time to look for these planets because the young moon, fresh from yesterday's solar eclipse over Antarctica, will be sweeping near them. And just know that the zodiacal light only appears after twilight ends. So Venus for sure, and probably Mercury will have set before the zodiacal light comes into view. So what is the zodiacal light? It's sunlight reflected off dust grains that move in that flat plane of our solar system. And we know our solar system is a dynamic place. Comets are shedding dust, and comets and asteroids still sometimes bump into each other, uh, but not as often as in the earliest days of the solar system billions of years ago. So comets and asteroids are still generating dust, and sunlight might be illuminating this dust to create the zodiacal light. But here's another idea. Beginning in 2011, when the Juno spacecraft was journeying to Jupiter, its detectors were struck by dust.
Liftoff of the Atlas V with Juno on a trek to Jupiter.
Okay, so spacecraft have been directly detecting this dust in our solar system since the 1970s. Juno didn't discover it, but its measurements did help spark the new idea that Mars dust storms might play a key role in creating this mysterious light that we see in the west when darkness falls at this time of year. There's been pushback from scientists on this idea. How can dust from Mars manage to escape Mars gravity and go into orbit around the sun? Even the most violent Mars dust storms don't seem to have enough energy to launch the dust particles into space. This past week, I spoke by email with one of the scientists who proposed the Mars dust idea. And he said he and his team are still working on the idea. He sounded confident. And he said his team believes that Mars dust will eventually be accepted as one of the sources of the zodiacal light. So there you have it, a cosmic glow just after evening twilight or just before morning dawn from sunlight dancing on space dust, maybe from comets and asteroids or from Mars, or maybe all three. And the amazing thing is, this is something any one of us can see using just our eyes. No special know-how or equipment needed. Now, just a few last-minute tips. Remember, spring evenings or autumn mornings. So if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, look west about an hour after sunset when true darkness falls. And meanwhile, from the Southern Hemisphere now, where autumn will soon begin, look east before dawn. You need a dark sky to see this milky pyramid of light. A rural location is a requirement. So as I said, as of today, February 18th, the moon is just now returning to the evening sky. And the coming week will be fine for seeing the light, but give it a break around full moon time. The bright moonlight will hinder your view, and then go back to looking when the moon leaves the early evening sky. A last tip, when out there looking for the zodiacal light, let your eyes dark adapt for about 20 minutes. And this is probably why many people see the zodiacal light while driving along a country road in the hour or so after evening twilight ends. It's easy to mistake this cosmic light for the light of a city or town just over your horizon. So thanks for joining me today. Do we have any questions? If we do, you can write them into the comments. I hope you'll get a chance to see the beautiful and mysterious zodiacal light. And I'll be back a week from today on Wednesday, February 25th, to talk about the total eclipse of the moon coming up on the night of March 2-3. Until next time, star people, keep looking up. One Earth, one sky, EarthSky.